I have a girlfriend. Her name is Lacey. I think you guys have all seen her on the channel. She's wonderful. But she has been hounding me for months and months and months now, probably every few days since early November or late November, about doing a video idea. And I've thus far avoided it. You're welcome. But it looks like I can't really put this off for any longer. She's becoming pretty insistent. So let's just jump in. What it do, Internet? David Baugh here, and this is the video that Lacey has been asking me to do for quite a while now. Just about every couple days, pretty consistently, she's been saying, "Oh, well, we need to do naked guitar lessons for the vlog." So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, ready to go. Got my vagina out, ready to get this going. Vlog number 69. It seemed appropriate. Now, I do a new song for my vlog every single day. It's something that I enjoy doing. I figured, there are a lot of videos out there for learning to play guitar, and that's awesome. I certainly used a whole lot of them when I was learning to play guitar. I've been playing for 20 years now, though. I figured, I could start and I could show you guys the basics, but on this channel, I like to just sort of use that information as opposed to teaching you to do something with that information, right? Because anybody can. It's not difficult, right? Once you learn the patterns on a guitar, it becomes pretty plug and play, right? So there are 7 notes in a scale, right? There's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I might choose just a few of them. I don't know, we can try D. This is A. Let's go B and then G, right? So we're just playing with them. Now, I typically will start my tracks with some sort of, underlying sort of bass tone or something to that effect. Now, you guys should be able to hear the guitar. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to get ready, and then I have a looping pedal down here that I'm going to hit, and that's going to allow me to start playing things on top of each other. So I'm going to start with like a bass groove, or like a kick. Right, and so now that I got that, it's sort of going, a little steady. I might try and maybe fill out some of that sort of drum tone. Right? So I've got a little something. Okay. And then I'll start playing around with those notes. So we chose, it was, right? So I might start bringing that in, bringing it into the beat here. All right, so now that I've got sort of a little something going, I might start working on layering in some bass. Now I don't know what I'm doing here. I didn't plan any of this in advance. I probably should have. But basically, I'm just going to Yeah. Right, so this is coming together all right. One thing that's important to note with guitar is that you shouldn't do too much in the same area. So you'll notice that I'm doing, I've got the steady notes going there with the chords, right? And then I moved up to make sure that the bass line had some room. And then now I want to sort of start layering on the top of that, right? So I can start getting a little more feeling in it. I usually like to go in the higher registers for this, but and then I'll sort of just go with it. And then, at a certain point, you start branching out into different scales, just getting something going. Maybe do some right? Nothing too crazy. And I'll usually have my video done before this so that I know how long I need to have this go for. But I think it's important to leave moments where you can still hear the verse or, like the underlying tones by themselves. And then sort of come back as you feel it. Right? I also tend to play all of my songs in the same scale. Helps me quite a bit. So I'm not thinking about, oh, well, this needs to fit with this and this needs to fit with this. They're all in E. Right here. And so this note sounds good. And I can branch out from there. Now say you hit a bad note. Right, that doesn't really register with the scale that I'm playing. But you can do what are called passing notes. Because basically 50% of anything that you are doing on the guitar, like all of the notes here, are going to be, something that you can play along with. Now, if you hit something that's wrong, the cool thing about guitar is that it doesn't matter if you mess up, right? You can always readjust and get things going right. So, if I'm right, so I can move quickly between the notes and it'll bring that note into the scale so that you can have more complex rhythms. If you're thinking about like the blues scale, for instance, the blues scale, you add the third and the fifth. So, where this scale, and you can add the sometimes having that little bit of difference in your life is going to exponentially raise, the tone, right? Because nobody's perfect, nobody's doing anything exactly accurate. So if you can add those passing notes in, it can go quite a bit. Right? It just adds a little flavor to it, a little stank, you know what I'm saying? Right? But this is how I do my music every day. I like to think about how the day is treating me at the time, and I like to imagine what I think it could be, or what sounds would fit with it. And I'll just watch the video over and over and over again, and then I'll just make something that sounds right. It doesn't have to be perfect. This vlog's not perfect. It's not ever going to be perfect, but it can just build a little music in your lives. And that's what I love about guitar. But that's all I had for you guys. It was a pleasure as always. And you guys have a wonderful evening.